Scissor me, daddy. Let's go. Scissor me, daddy. My fucking father said when I was horny. Welcome to the Monday Night Raw Review. September 12th, 2022. Suck me. How's everybody feeling tonight? I hope you're all doing well. Robbie Hyde coming in with a 5.5 out of 10. How's everybody doing? I hope you had a good day. You know, I was looking for Monday Night Raw to pick me up tonight. Really pick me up, I was hoping. Going up against Monday Night Football tonight. Carolina, I believe, in Cleveland. They're playing. Denver Broncos playing Seattle. I don't know what the difference is in the games and why they're... I thought there was one Monday Night Football game, but they're having more than one, I guess. I don't know. Tonight, you know, Seth Rollins dressed like Grimace from McDonald's. Seth Rollins going full Grimace out there. He looked like Grimace from... If Grimace was in, like, Alice in Wonderland or something like that. He looked kind of weird out there in the ring. I got to be honest. Seth Rollins. Seth had some energy tonight. Kind of nice opening, you know, from what I saw. Kind of nice. Matt Riddle came out, you know. I thought that was pretty okay. You know, they've got a rivalry going on that's been pretty decent over this time and whatever else, but... So, you know, Matt Riddle had a nice little opening, I guess. You know, the Judgment Day came out. I didn't care too much for most of that. I thought the match with Balor was actually kind of decent enough. You know, I thought that was all right. The crowd at times tonight was a bit dead. You know, they were just kind of like whatever. And again, the wrestling has been, you know, one thing that WWE has stepped up here with Triple H taking over, no doubt about it, one thing that the WWE has done is the wrestling has gotten a little bit better, but it still doesn't have quite the edginess that I want it to have. But it's gotten a little bit better. But they still really just can't, to me, get the better edgy stories, the funner stories, and the edgier wrestling. Everything looks like I'm playing the video game or something still. It almost doesn't seem real. Like, if somebody got hurt in WWE, I'd be shocked. Like, say somebody got injured doing something, I would be like, whoa, what is going on? Because it just doesn't seem possible. Because every move is so cookie-cutter now at this point to me. And so planned out and seems so just generic and whatever. Even the crazier moves. They just feel like, yeah, that's supposed to happen. That's normal. Whereas, you know, in AEW, I still see things that seem crazy or like, wow, you know, that's a little different or whatever. You know, so I don't know. The wrestling is still kind of cookie cutter to me, and that's a problem. And here's the other thing. We see Riddle for like most of this show, for the opening hour. You know, Riddle dominates the first 30 minutes. Riddle and Seth dominated the first 33 minutes or so of this show tonight. The first 33 minutes was all Riddle and Seth. And then we get a somewhat decent, a pretty good promo from you know, Dominic Mysterio. It was all right. And then the women come out for the tag team match, and that's going to be a point of contention, you know, for a lot of people, I think. You know, and again, it seems like they put the belts on Rhea and everything just to, like, I don't know, man, like to I don't know, man. I just think that they need to figure it out a little bit better. And I don't know. I don't know if they can. To be honest. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's go to the donos and see if anybody's out there. I've talked about the first 40 minutes of Raw or so, but let's see what else is going on.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Dominic Mysterio finally got revenge on his father 10 years later after Ray saying that he wants to beat his kids. And also ha 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 your Patriots suck. Miami Dolphins are number.
I told you. Well, guess what, Miami Dolphins? You're going to lose to the Buffalo Bills, so good luck.
Sorry to hear about Melly, she was a cute pup. I'll retire this name tonight in her memory. Put the vacuum down next.
Wow, it's great to hear from Joe Cronin's dog. It's been a while. And you would think you wouldn't hear from you now because you're gone. Joe Cronin's dog, thank you for the $5. Yes. I appreciate it, man. I will never get like the poor little thing, her eyes, when they injected her with the sleepy stuff, and her eyes, like, I've never seen anything like that. I'd never seen anything like that, They said, oh, here's the sleepy stuff, and they gave it to her, and like the minute they gave it to her, she just immediately started like, oh, I'm tired, and I watched her close her eyes. Good Lord. It was rough. I keep looking for her around the house. I feel like I hear her collar jingling, but it's not. That's ugh. Joe Cronin's dog, thank you for the $5. You can keep that name around him. It's fine with that. If you want, I'm fine with it. Austin Theory. We're going to get to that in a minute, too. So that was basically the opening of Raw. Now, at this point, the women's tag team comes on. At about 47 minutes in, we get women's tag team. Which, by the way, this was all right. Again, the commercial didn't help. And it wasn't too long. It was like, what was it? Started about 48 minutes, I want to say. 48. Yeah, 48 minutes, it looks like. Then it went to 101. Really, belt, So, man, that was a 11-minute tag team match for the women's tag team championships. The belts are back on the heels. They kind of made Gonzalez look kind of like an idiot tonight, in that match.
Shit bum.
R.I.P. PNB Rock.
What? Jeffro DeBoss. Rippin' Brock. Rip PN Brock? Rippin' Brock. Damn. Yo, Jeffro DeBoss, how you doing, man? You are the boss, bro. Nate from VA is here. Holy shit. How you doing, man? Nate from VA, I appreciate that, bro. How you doing? Yeah, man. Damn, that's crazy, Nate. I don't even know how that's... I kept feeling like something bad was going to happen next, like after the dog. Yeah, so I was like waiting for that to happen to me. I was like, oh, what's happening next, Oh, that's the rapper who got shot today and died. Oh, my God. Another rapper shot dead? What is going on? Was it in Oakland? There's a lot of that. No one cares about the belts, says Brian. Yeah, that's probably true. It's the Kevin Owens show. Yeah, I've had a real bad week. I mean, it's the dog. There's a lot of things going on. It was in Khali. Yeah, I could have guessed. Oakland, close enough. So they changed titles, man. They put the belts back on the heels there. Looks like they just did that in Cardiff to have like a feel-good moment or something. You know, I don't know. They took the belts right off, though. Right off they go. Rey Mysterio tries to convince Dominic, like, to stop this, you know, and to whatever. Which is like, dude, Rey, this is why he's like this, you fucking idiot. Rey, god damn it.
Destiny, I'm coming back to Raw, and it's here.
Johnny Gargano with his weird woman entrance music. But again, Gargano's out there. And, you know, this match was, I think, my favorite. I think it was my favorite match of the night. And one of my favorite things of the night, I think, was Gargano and Gable. I think they did a good job. It was just a solid little match. It wasn't anything crazy. I liked the interaction with Austin Theory, I guess. And, you know, Kevin Owens coming out and talking to him. And they have a problem with each other. And that breakup was good. That was really good. So this was my favorite sort of moment of the night, where, you know, the Johnny Gargano match leads into this segment with Kevin Owens and Theory. They have a brawl. You know, Austin Theory gets busted open. You know, looks like he might have busted his nose up. So, for that reason, that was my favorite time of the night, I think. The Miz stuff later, you know, we'll get to that later. We'll get to Bianca. She has an open challenge. Sonya Deville comes out. I'm thinking, I don't care that much about this. They were okay, but it's, you know, I just didn't find myself caring too much. Bayley came out. That was pretty good. They started getting heat on the women. So that was one thing that worked pretty well, was the crowd. The crowd kind of started waking up a little bit. You know, which was, the crowd had been pretty dead tonight most of the time. But the women did get some heat, I guess. You know, Bayley and her Io Sky and Dakota Kai, new tag champs, beating up Bianca. They kind of got some heat a little bit there. So that things took a downturn there. Then Omos came out and just beat up two people. You know, and then the Miz and Mrs. thing happened with the Miz. I kind of liked it at first. And I was kind of excited for it. I was like, oh, this is cool. All right, what's going to happen, you know? But then they really let me down, man. Dexter Loomis just basically is like sitting at his desk and drew a picture. Now, somebody let me know, because I was bouncing around tonight trying to catch up with Raw, because I was a little bit late getting home. So I was kind of like bouncing around. So maybe I missed another segment. Can anybody tell me if there was another segment that I missed? Because it seemed like the Miz and Mrs. thing happened. And then Dexter Loomis was just sitting in his house and held up a picture of them that he drew. And then they cut away, and then Corey Graves was like, they're in his house and everything. And then that was it. And I was like, man, what? I wanted him to, like, end up babysitting the kids or come down the fireplace, or, you know, his head to pop up behind Miz in the window. That's what I thought was going to happen. His head was going to pop up. And then Miz was going to be like, what? You know, we can't go to the premiere. Like, we got to talk to security, you know. And they were going to have Dexter Loomis, like, beating up the Miz's security and being crazy all over the mansion. You know, I thought that's where they were going with this, and they were telegraphing it insanely. Like, it was, like, kind of stupid. It was like, all right, well, you're making it very obvious that he's showing up. He's not going to come here. Like, it's like, why would you even say that? You know, why would you think that? Because he's shown up in the arena and stuff, but why would he show up at your home? So... I get why, but why not even just not mention that at all, and then let us be like, oh my God, he's at the house? I don't know. I thought they telegraphed that a little too much, and then I thought there was going to be all this fun stuff that happened, but it was really, that was it. Unless I missed something. I really think Loomis babysitting the girls would be great, you know what I mean? And, like, while he's babysitting them, he's, like, eating a lollipop and staring at them. You know, I don't know, that could play in pretty well next week, you know? Let's check out the donations right now.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
I can see Triple H thinking the Dexter Loomis segments are hilarious. He cracks me up every single time.
Yeah, he definitely cracks me up too. I like them too. Vince McMahon probably likes them. You know, to be honest, that's probably something that Vince likes too. Probably something Bruce Pritchard likes as well. There's probably a whole bunch of guys that actually like this, that, you know, whether they were involved in it now or used to be or whatever the case is, you know. But basically kind of boring, you know, The Miz, everybody else. You know, just stuff looked very run-of-the-mill, like we said, you know. Yeah, Kevin Owens had a pretty good promo tonight, you know, and that's why I'm giving tonight about a 4 out of 10. You know, everything that was, there was some nice little things here or there, but this show was missing tonight. You know, this was another, it could have been better if certain things were spiced up, but yeah, they're just missing something, man. This actually gets down to a score similar to the Raws I was giving Vince McMahon, you know. You know, some people said it was a 2. You know, I wouldn't go that low. I'll go a 4. I think they kind of tried, but this was one of the worst efforts, in my opinion, under Triple H. I mean, there's some progression going on and little things here that are nice, but I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I don't think this was very good tonight. I am a little bit disappointed, to be honest. A little bit disappointed in this show tonight.
I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here.
Oh, Jasper Mahal.
Leave this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this
donation,
briefcase
baby.
right here. Son, run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch.
Big fat bitch.
Run, you fucking fat bitch.
You so fat. You so fat. I'm gonna have to kill you for that. You big chug-a-lug. You gonna get orgasm when you meet a real thug. Put you on the rug. Rig you with my slug. Here I come. It's gonna blow 9/11. Oh.
I want Mommy Rhea to peg me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rhea's starting to get that dominatrix heat, you know. Jaspal Mahal. Thank you, man, for donating $19.84. That is the largest donation of the stream so far, man. Much appreciated. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, you know what? She might want to peg you, dude, to be honest. If you're small enough. If you're small enough, Rhea Ripley probably wants to peg your ass. What's up, man? Rose Montana's here. How you doing, Rose? Trey Walters here. A lot of people, man. Jamie Mendoza, Spectral Citizen, D-Block. Brian Alex, how you doing? Dexter probably doing something not good. What does that mean? Like touching people in the family? I mean, like, what are we talking about? What exactly were we saying here? Buttons, what's up? Yeah, we got to bring back It's Raining Rollins, actually. I don't think I brought that one back yet. But yeah, 1984 donation is one for the books. No doubt about it.
Super chat party.
Oh. Man more.
Joe, be honest, do you think SmackDown is going to be good this week? I'm going on Friday, but it looks lame.
Man more, thank you, man. I don't think it will be that good, but I mean, honestly, I haven't been watching enough SmackDown to really know exactly what's going to be going on. I know that Roman Reigns is supposedly supposed to have significant time off, right? So you're probably not going to see Roman Reigns, you know what I mean? You know?
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Why did Mac Jones look like garbage out there? Your fence fumbled too much. Good luck being below the Jets this season.
No.
Jets fans will be celebrating. You
No.
guys will probably get 4 wins this season with that schedule you have.
We'll beat the Jets. We'll beat the Jets. We're going to go 500, I'm telling you, man. I told you we were going to lose. You asked me, hey, what do you think? You're playing my Dolphins, and I told you you're going to lose. Told you. We suck.
Fecal matters on the
Oh,
floor,
shit.
but it's okay, I am a horse. Fecal matters on the floor. It's okay, I am.
How about that Extreme Rules song? Does that sound like Extreme Rules or what, that song?
Okay, I am a horse. Fecal matters on the floor. It's okay. Fecal matters on the floor. It's okay, I am a horse. Fecal matters on the floor. It could be worse on the floor. My fecal matters on the floor. Fecal matters on the floor. Fecal matters on the floor. But it's okay, I am a horse. It's okay, I am a horse. My fecal matters on the floor. On the floor.
Yo, the ghost from the coast.
Peg the fat bitch on the dono.
You want to peg the fat bitch on the dono? Thank you, man. The ghost from the coast, thank you for dropping $20, bro. Thank you, man. That is the largest donation stream now. Yeah, and you know, Raw didn't really do a good job of waking me up either. You know, to be honest, I went back to all my work today for the first time in a little bit. You know, and goddamn, man, I've been up since the early morning. And if you add that to all the times I cried over my dog today, I was spent and dead myself. And so watching Raw was just like, And I was getting home from my other job at like 9:30. So I had to like run down and get the thumbnail. And I'm just like watching Raw like, It's just like, you know, and so that's, you know, I was not happy with Raw tonight. That they didn't lift my spirits, didn't make me feel something real good. I thought they had a very subpar, safe show tonight. They could have done a lot more with everything that they did. You know, we'll have Dexter Loomis hold up a picture. It's like, nah, bro, let's have him just be a nutcase. You know, have him doing some crazy shit. You know, or be more creative about it than just, I drew a picture. You know, it's like, come on. You went to all that effort to have him in the mansion, then that's all you did in the mansion with him? Like, come on, bro. Have him dancing with the maid, and the Miz and Maurice are out, and they see it on the baby cam or the nanny cam. Dexter Loomis is dancing with the fucking, the housekeeper. You know what I mean? And it's like, then have the Miz like screaming at all the people like, how could you let him in here? And then his daughters are like, Daddy, this guy gave me this doll. Like, and he's like, don't talk to, like, did he do anything else to you? You know, like, yeah, just all this crazy stuff. But instead, it's just nothing. It's just the Miz cutting a talk show thing and all these other things. It's just like, there's just nothing really. Have him go, nobody goes through a window. There's no fight. There's no Loomis comes down the chimney. You know, Dexter could have jizzed on the maid. See, that's a great take right there. Why didn't they do that? Let me go to Discord. Yo, Dan Kennedy, what's up?
What's up, Joe?
Well,
I got a question for you. Did Raw go out for you at any point today?
Yeah, I went out for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I noticed that too on my TV.
Yeah, I think that was their main feed went out for about, it might have been less.
I know exactly why they went out. Apparently somebody jumped the guardrail and and almost tried to rape him. No, I'm playing. That did not happen. I was just saying, maybe, possibly.
I wish that happened. I would have jerked off. But
is it me, or did the Dexter Loomis thing look like a shittier version of the Diamond Dallas Page intro to WWE?
Kind of like the stalker thing. Yeah, they did that with Dime a little bit.
Oh man, I see. I totally forgot about that.
That was awful.
No, dude. No, honestly, guy, you're talking about like, you know, what Dexter Loomis could have done. It would have been hilarious if like the like Mrs. Daughters is like, hey, we have an imaginary friend. Hey, can you read us a bedtime story? like Chucky or something like that.
Dude, it'd just been great if he interacted with all these people in the house, like allegedly, you know, like the maid, the security guards.
No, he would have Shawshank Redempted the maid.
Ideally, you should have Dexter Loomis attack the Miz's father.
That would be. Oh my God! Can you imagine that? And imagine
his father's there babysitting the kids.
Wouldn't it be funny if his dad
out of nowhere, Dexter Loomis just beat the shit out of him and leaves?
No, it'd be funny if the Miz's dad saw on the cameras that Dexter was entering the gated community, and he was like, and then like Miz's dad looked up and he goes, "Well, this is it. It's time for me to be a man." And then Miz's dad goes outside with a bat. And then, Dexter takes out all the security, and then he gets to the Miz's dad, and he beats the shit out of the Miz's dad all over the house. Oh, my God. It'd be great.
And the Miz's dad is a big enough mark that he would do that.
He is a mark. He's a bigger mark than John Cena's dad.
That's awesome. Well, the John Cena's dad, has made himself into being an indie manager.
John Cena's dad also has some sort of wrestling thing that he does, like some sort of podcast or some shit.
He does a lot of things. Well, I don't think that, the Miz's dad, listen, they made him a character. They wanted to make him a kind of a character,
He's a meme. He's a GIF. He's a character. He's
John Cena's dad goes around going to all the independent shows and the things like that. The Miz's dad only shows up on actual WWE TV. So, if anything, Cena's dad might be the bigger mark, to be honest.
Potentially. In terms of being a wrestling mark, yeah. In terms of the entertainment mark, yeah, Miz's dad.
I mean, because the Miz's dad is at least on the real show all the time. John Cena's dad isn't.
But you have to look at it this way. Cena's not in wrestling anymore, and John Cena's dad's still getting booked just for being John Cena's dad.
And what a great gimmick that is. you know, wouldn't you want that gimmick to get paid 5-6 figures, maybe, God forbid?
But the Miz's dad could do that. He could go out and get booked if he wanted to.
I mean, he probably could. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't tried that.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Cena's dad's the bigger fucking... whatever. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. They're both on TV. What are you going to do?
It doesn't matter. I just want them to admit that Eddie's Dominic's dad.
I want everybody to look at how Dominic Mysterio did an amazing splash tonight, and I want Sasha Banks to watch that so she can learn how to do it. So Sasha, watch that splash.
Maybe she learned how to splash. She wouldn't be botching all the time.
I'd like
you raised a piece of shit.
Oh.
We the chat should have our own awards at end of year. Instead of Slammies, we can call them the Mellies in her honor. Few examples. Worst promo to Adam Page. Biggest piece of shit to Ryback. Worst wrestler to Lance Archer. Best tits to Maurice. Etc.
That's going to be hard to beat.
I think you should do that, Joe. That's not a bad idea.
That's actually not bad at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mellies.
Can you imagine that being the intro?
Oh my god. No, then I have her barking like
on the floor. It's okay, I am a horse. Fecal matters on the floor. It's okay.
I bet your Melly's in heaven and
on the floor. It's okay.
Oh god.
I
can see that. What is wrong with you?
It could be worse on the floor.
How long have you been on this show with Dopper? And you're now just acting that?
I muted that.
But it's okay, I
am a horse.
It's okay, I am a horse. My fecal matter's on the floor.
Look at the poop coming out of that horse's ass. DWELSH.
I'll match the ghost from the coast. The one has spoken.
The one DWELSH. I think DWELSH is, you know what I mean? He donated so much last month, man. He's got to be.
Well, that's why I know he's got all that cash, dude. He's like an honorary oos. He's part of the table.
Yeah.
He always calls himself the one, so that's where now I know where he gets his loot from. I thought he was a pimp on the side.
Well, we're still wondering about that. That still could be true.
Yeah.
If you guys want to support the show tonight, you guys can super chat down below, or you guys can use the donation link, which is pinned to the top of the chat. You can use that as well. There's the link right there as well. If you want to do it, feel free to do it and support the show. So what do you think, Mustafa, of this show tonight?
Honestly, it was very lazy to get through in terms of just the flow of it. As you said, the crowd in Portland, unfortunately, has really been hot since the territory days in terms of a hot crowd.
Yeah, they don't really get hot there unless they're like going to an Antifa rally or something.
Well, I mean, again, I like glorified violence, but not to the point where, like, again, we have to, well, I mean, that's too much of a issue to get into. But nonetheless, yeah, tonight was just a little bit.
Dave Rose, you hear that?
Less musical for me.
Mark that down, Dave. You hear what the liberals said?
Oh, Dave's gonna rip you a new one. Monetize this.
First and foremost, who you calling a liberal? I'm an independent, bitch.
I know, but not after that comment. Yeah.
But at any rate, it was a good. As far as like the match concerned, like I did like.
I'm an independent too, though. We're both independents. Let's hug each other. You want a hug?
No, I'm fine now.
Gargano was my favorite part of the whole night, pretty much. So.
Yeah, that match. I mean, again, it's highlight of the night. Are we good?
Yeah, what's wrong?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Yeah, hello.
What's up, Koopa?
Oh, Koopa.
I'm here to enter the show, guys. I'm a newcomer.
Wow. I'm glad you entered the show. I'm gonna enter you. Now, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, guys. Hey, guys, I'm sorry. But anyway, is it okay I could get my input as a show?
Well, I didn't ask you yet, so no. Be quiet. No, I'm just kidding. No, you go ahead. No,
let him go.
No, go ahead. Why don't you let us know what you thought of the show tonight?
I think it was like kind of like it was like kind of like on a snooze fest, honestly.
Yeah, I thought that's what
happened.
See, that's what I felt, and I thought maybe it was because I was so tired from all the work today. You know what I mean? Like, I worked a shitload, dude. I'm so tired right now even. So I'm like, maybe I'm just in a bad mood. But, like, this feels like a lackluster, like, what is this show?
It was a filler episode.
I kind of liked the show tonight.
I would like it if I binged out.
Me too. It just my opinion is about the show is that they really need to have something like Bay Major happen, honestly. If it was up to me, I would have like Dexter Loomis just go tag Miz's father.
Yeah, see, that's what
we were just talking about.
Shove him up. Yeah.
Yeah, we were saying like they could have done so much with that. They didn't do anything with that. It was like, look, I drew a picture of you. It's like, well, what? Like that? What a waste of a segment. And basically, in my opinion, every segment just needed the volume turned up a bit. The edge attack at the end, that was okay. The edge attack at the end was pretty good, I guess. They broke his leg. He's going to be off TV. Probably he's going to go film Vikings 19 or whatever the fuck. He's doing something like that.
But wait, that show's still on?
No, I'm just saying. I don't even know if it is. I'm just making it up. But
no. It's going to be it's just going to be like a small role that apparently he's going to be doing, and it's going to take some time away. But
well, he's doing something. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying, like, you know.
And then top of that, man, to me, Rhea Ripley, she looks like she wants to get inside Dominic's butthole.
Oh.
First of all, just to be fair,
I want to see her get inside Dominic's butthole. Let me tell you that.
And then Dominic,
hey, let me ask you something. Has anyone ever been inside your butthole?
No, that'd be cool.
That ain't cool.
No, wait a minute. No, wait a second. No, I thought he said that would be cool. Did you say that'd be cool?
Yeah, I did.
Yes, he said that'd be cool. Oh my God, that's awesome.
It must get lonely up there. I don't know.
Tell me you clip that. Someone clip that.
Oh, wait, it's already clipped. It's done. I just got a timestamp at the moment I find it in later.
I'm gonna die, dude. Koopa wants it in the poopa.
So messed up. For those of you that are under the age of 18, we apologize.
There's no way. Hey, will you stop that? Everybody here's over 18. Be quiet.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Don't know that.
What do you mean? You don't? What?
I am 12.
Yeah, maybe you're talking.
I'm over 18.
See,
I'm 32. Just for me being a newcomer.
All right, I'll come in. Well,
Joe.
Yes.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, every single time. Craig, there's a skit that you have, and then just add my voice to it. He'll be fun.
Trust me, I'm gonna add that to everything. Let me hear that. So much with that. They didn't do anything with that. It was like, look, I drew a picture.
He's gonna be doing, and
where is it?
Oh,
boy.
Well, first of all, just to be fair,
I want to see her get inside Dominic's butthole. Let me tell you that. Hey, let me ask you something. Has anyone ever been inside your butthole?
No, that'd be cool.
No, that'd be cool. So yeah, what else, Koopa? What else did you think of Raw tonight, Koopa?
I think he's on mute.
Hey, Yeah, I do have my mute. I do have myself on mute because I am still trying to get out of work and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. You take you take your time. You mute yourself.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's all fine.
I can speak on Raw for a little bit.
Yeah, take over, Rastaffer, and because Rastaffer, you were gonna say something before. He told us he wanted something in his pooper. So go ahead.
I mean, I thought the reason why he went on mute was because he was actually, getting it up the pooper. But nonetheless, this is what I think about. Honestly, I was going to say the tag match earlier with the tag titles for the women's tag titles. Again, there was just a lot of spots that I just felt were just like so bad. And again, the finish I didn't mind. I thought the finish was okay, but basically, Raquel Rodriguez honestly was the only one that I can really look at in that match that said, okay, this woman practically is the in-ring general, even though she's not much of one, but at least in that match, she held her own. And the only psychology that made sense was when her partner was trying to reach for that hot tag and couldn't. It was just very difficult to get to. And of course, towards the end of the finish where the leg was supposed to go on the rope and she was just so close to the rope.
Yeah.
I was just like, come on, you could have fixed that. And it would have made a big difference if you just pulled her just slightly a little bit more towards center and still had the leg reach the bottom rope through Bailey. And it just, I don't know, it was just like a big distraction to me. And I just it didn't feel right. And the whole match didn't feel right. The only match that I thought was even passable from the women's side of things was, Bianca Belair and Sonya Deville, which again, wasn't one of the best women's matches of the year. Not even close. But still,
It had some intrigue to it in a way, even though I didn't care too much. But then I started caring for some reason. So, but yeah, dude, not a lot of good stuff tonight. I would say the Gargano match was maybe a 7, and then everything that happened after that was pretty good. But again, it just wasn't very good. It was a very, there was some passion in some of the promos and some little things that were nice. But yeah, this show was lacking fire.
Right. I mean, I will say this about the main event. I know a lot of people are already on Twitter right now just hammering the main event going, oh my God, why the hell is Dominic Mysterio in the main event? First and foremost, you don't know if somebody's a main event.
Guerrero.
Yeah, right. Who's your poppy? You don't know if Dominic's a main event until you throw him in the main event. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Whether it's on a house show, whether it's on a televised show, you don't know if a guy who's going to become a superstar could be a main eventer if he's not thrown in there. And he's working with the right people. He's working with a Hall of Famer. He's working with his dad. He's working with 3 of the top, I guess you want to call it upper mid card heels in the company because they're being booked as that. And the one question is that we have going into this is, when are we going to see the Mysterios fight? Are we going to get that at WrestleMania? Or how can we stretch it that long if it were to be a WrestleMania? Because we're not going to get that, I don't believe, at Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. I mean, we'll start seeing seeds planted. But, Joe, how are you going to extend that all the way to Mania?
I've seen enough. I've almost seen enough of them, at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is, if they were to go at it at WrestleMania, which is most likely where it's headed to, it's in California. It's in their home state. So,
that's going to be great. That's going to be a great idea right there.
But the problem is that, again, there's barely any heat going into this. Obviously, it's still a slow burn. But Ray has never been in a storyline other than maybe the Eddie Guerrero I'm Your Poppy storyline that he showed any type of grit. And I think, honestly, if this were to be the case, and especially to make Dominic Mysterio as somebody who's legit, he needs to fire up and let me see some intensity, kind of like a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Macho Man Randy Savage type of, fire up your ass type of thing.
So
didn't we have a person that is in the past? Didn't we have this the same situation where a father turned on a son too?
As far as to my knowledge, from what I remember, not really. I mean, and under these circumstances where a father and a son became a tag champions and they tried to, I mean, again, they did everything they could to try to make Dominic Mysterio a star. They're still trying to do that. They put him in with the Judgment Day.
They are.
You know what I mean? And again, he's becoming more and more as the weeks go on, but he's still not where he needs to be yet, not even on a decent mid-card level yet. There's still a lot of elements that he needs to manifest before he's taken as seriously as anybody else.
I mean, what can they really do to get him to that next level? Do they need to put him in the ring with someone at his level?
Well, that's the thing. Unfortunately, this is my honest opinion. He's not at anybody's level when it comes to being a
Actually,
superstar.
I disagree with you with Dopper. What they could do is bring someone from outside the company to wrestle him.
Potentially, but the thing is, but here's the problem though. It's like, why would you want to do that when you not only have enough star power to not only get him to where he needs to go, but the fact that you have to rely on an outside source, especially when that outside source has to have way more experience in a lot of ways than Dom.
I mean,
it makes no sense.
I would say bring in Chavo.
I mean, it could be Chavo. It could be David Benoit.
If they brought in Chavo,
not David Benoit.
If they brought in Chavo, that would actually be, you know what? I actually thought about that. That would be interesting. But the funny thing is with Chavo, I mean, right now he's so busy. I think I think he's busy with other ventures, including, I'm not sure what's going on, but he's got another wrestling company that I believe he's working on and various other projects outside of that. Now, if they brought him in for the right price and maybe for like 1 or 2 months work with Dominic, that would actually be cool. But again,
I already have a storyline for that. They could do that Eddie was actually Dominic's father.
But that's the thing, though. They have already done it, and also it's also in public knowledge. It's also public knowledge that that's not true anyway. So it's not going to have
what Dominic could do is Dominic could say, "I wish Eddie was my father." Like you know what I mean?
But like, with Rhea Ripley like properly stroking him in the back of the head as he says it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wish he was my dad so I could have left him buried, but instead I got you walking around me like a lost puppy, an old dog who needs to be taken out and shot. At least Eddie knew when it was time to go. You're still, whatever.
So Daddy wasn't there.
Oh, he took me to the fair to change my underwear. No, the thing is with Dominic, and this is what's interesting, and I was going to ask you this, Joe. I mean, we saw him on the, doing his promo with Rhea there, and he's trying to do his best to be a heel. Sadly, as much as I wanted to believe him, he just looks like a kid trying to be a bad guy for the sake of trying to be a bad guy. I get what he was trying to do, but unfortunately, I can't take him as seriously as a heel yet.
You know what they could do to make him give off a little more heel vibe? Don't have him talk.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that will
don't have him talk. Make him give that school shooter look,
like Kane did.
Right, because in the beginning of that match, that he had with Edge, he looked like a punk ass bitch. It was which was his role in that side of the match until towards the end where he got the heat and he used the chair on Edge's leg. But again, no, he still comes off like a punk kid. Which again, if that's the direction you want to go to, that's fine. But do something that's going to make people want to jump that guardrail if they wanted to. You know what I mean? That's heat.
The other thing he could probably do is you probably know what I'm talking about. The chair spot Eddie would do where he hit the chair on the ground, throw it to the person, and then fall down.
Oh, basically lie, cheat, and steal.
Yeah, let's have Dominic do that too. Why
the thing was though that's cutesy heat. That's not real. That's the thing. It's a baby face thing. Eddie, that's why Eddie was so good.
But have him do that to people that the crowd loves.
Right, you could do that, and then maybe do a low blow and that whole thing. But again, no, save that. Save that for a big match on a pay-per-view. Don't do that and waste that on Raw.
So what, is Dominic just gonna wrestle all his dad's friends now, or at least?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Before WrestleMania, we need Eddie and Dominic over. That's the whole point.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Wrestling a lot of big deals.
Isn't WrestleMania Hollywood this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in Los Angeles.
It's in SoFi Stadium.
Yeah.
I could see them doing in two ways. I could see him wrestling Ray at Mania, or given that it's Hollywood, they could probably try to make a deal with Batista.
There's no way. I don't see that happening at all.
No more Batista.
I don't see that happening.
I forgot about that.
He might do. He might do your butthole, Koopa.
Yeah, he'll open it up. Drax will open it up.
He tried to look for the danger.
Baby.
But Joe, I mean, do you know what I'm saying? No, like they got to put so much in front of Dominic in order to get him ready for that match with Ray. That's what it's coming down towards. It's basically Kane and Undertaker without all the mystique and the coolness and all that other stuff. It's just a father and a son about to throw hands.
Wait, could Dominic rip Ray's mask off?
Why?
No, I'm saying if we're trying to make Dominic the bad guy, wouldn't that
See
be
that,
like the
Dad? You like that, Dad? I just wanted to show the world what an ugly beaner you are.
But that's the thing. They already did it in WCW. Plus, they just put out the documentary of Ray being unmasked, so the surprise element is gone.
Yeah, no, it's not about the surprise element. That mask isn't like the whole Lucha Libre thing. The mask is who you are type of deal.
Correct, but there's gotta be a reason behind it, and if that reason isn't strong enough by the next week, it's a waste of an opportunity. And also, they're not going to show Ray's face. They're not going to do that. He's going to cover his face with a towel or something like that, as they've done before. So that idea is thrown out. But I will give this credit. Bully Ray recently on Busted Open said, you know, if Dominic did a promo where he says, Rhea made me more into a man than you ever did. I became more of a man because of this woman than you. And he, I think he talked about his dad's height or some shit like that in the promo. Which again, you know, Ray's doing everything that he can to not lay hands and throw hands on his sons and clap back. But there's going to be a point towards the end of the year where it's going to be challenged even more, where he may have to, but not to the point where, again, he's still frustrated. He doesn't want to fight his son. Hence why it's going to lead to the WrestleMania match. His family's going to be at ringside, and they're going to have to pick sides like Bulldog and Brett, you know, at SummerSlam 92. It's just going to be that type of fight. And it's going to be interesting seeing that. But again, Dominic's got to be ready for that match. And if he's not physically ready, let alone realistically ready from a storyline point of view, it's going to be a waste of an opportunity, and Dominic's going to end up like David Sammartino.
I mean, I think the real problem is Dominic hasn't earned the Mysterio name.
Well, Ray didn't when he first started wrestling either. So again, it's that whole idea of
but when Ray was wrestling, when Ray started out wrestling, he didn't have the Mysterio name.
Right, it had to be earned. He had to earn it. Right.
I think what they really need to do is a total rebrand of Dominic.
Yeah,
that's true too.
And then reintroduce him at NXT level.
That's what I'm saying. Again, I think honestly, Dominic, by the time this whole storyline with Ray is over, wherever he goes from there, again, that's going to be the biggest litmus test going forward with his career, because again, he still has potential in his arsenal as a guy who really wants to be in the business. And you can tell he loves what he does. It's just that right now it's got to be taken seriously in more of a way that if he is going to be a heel, I want to take him seriously as a heel. I want to care about what he does.
I agree with that, and I think the best way to do that is after the match with his dad is to send him down to NXT, which is developmental essentially, and help him develop down there.
And work with Sean, which wouldn't be a bad idea, but for right now, he's on the main roster, and whatever he does after, like I said, whatever he does after when he wrestles his dad, you know, I mean, again, whether he wants to be on the main roster and wants to compete with giants and sharks within troubled waters, we'll see if he'll be able to sink or swim or get eaten up, you know. I
mean, I hate to say it, Dominic Mysterio isn't qualified to wrestle R-Truth right now.
Wow. That's heat. Wow. I mean, again,
what's up?
R-Truth at this point is a national institution. The fact that this guy is like, he's literally the Kenan Thompson of the WWE. This guy is constantly on TV and he pretty much has a job for life, mainly because he's one of the funniest dudes in the locker room.
He is.
You know, he's just a great dude. And I will say this about Dominic one more time, and this is probably the last thing I'm going to say about him. Again, can he be more than what he is, and will he be more than what he is? That's his choice. Dominic has the choice of whether or not he wants to grow and basically take on the business that he wants to love and is loving. So if I was him,
it's kind of hard to give a shit about Dominic when he doesn't win.
Well, but that's the thing, though. They haven't put him in a that yet. And remember that whole match was basically a no contest, the main event. was mainly to just get heat on both Ray and Edge. That was the whole point of it. And Dominic Dominic, I said this before. You know, he needs to not, as somebody pointed out, not speak. Don't let him speak in a promo. He doesn't have to defend what he says. Eventually he will, but that's when he is supposed to and is desired to, especially after a big win over somebody significant. That's what I'm saying. We need to put, who are going to, let's say, the next 4 or 5 guys lined up for Dominic before he has to most likely wrestle both Edge and Mysterio at a later date. Like, legitimately. And also, mind you, he has to play the chicken heel, because if he doesn't do that, he's not building enough intrigue around his aura that he's trying to build for himself as a heel, especially, as I said, when he gets ready for those main event matches with his dad and Edge, most likely, when he comes back.
I would, if we're putting this to help build Dominic up, I would put him in the ring with
Austin Theory.
He's a heel.
He's doing something with Kevin.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Maybe Matt Riddle, maybe Kevin Owens.
Matt Riddle actually would be fun. Seeing Dominic and Matt Riddle, that would be fun. Mainly because Matt can definitely teach him a lot more psychology when it comes to actual wrestling and maybe some MMA stuff that he could throw into the arsenal. Because especially,
that can work too.
Yeah, because remember, Ray is smaller than Dominic, so Dominic can just get a lot of heat just by beating the crap out of his dad.
You know, it'd be really fun. Cool. I think would be a good idea is Dominic has a match tonight against Omos's dad, and then he beats the shit out of Omos's dad, who's like a regular sized person.
Hey, what's the deal with MVP's in ring return?
Well, he's not as injured as he once was anymore. He's
for
a long time. What's up?
Oh, your connection went hilarious. Like you were talking, and then went. It was fucking fun. Anybody else?
That's I make good. Well, he's been.
The reason I'm thinking, if we're gonna book Dominic, right, give him Randy Orton's old gimmick of the Legend Killer. Have him in the ring.
That can work too.
What? It's already Randy's.
Yeah, and wrestling has never done the same.
There's no legends. Yeah, but there's no legends around to kill.
And not only that, but who's going to be willing to do the job for Dominic?
His dad.
I'm the daddy killer. Right, you can call me the daddy killer. Like I can see
the poppy killer.
The poppy killer.
Joe. Right now,
I'm gonna bash a baseball bat off your.
You got MVP. You got Edge. You got Rey Mysterio.
I wish Cronin was my father.
You got Roman.
I'll bash a bat off your skull.
That's what I was gonna say. Joe, that's what I was going to say. What if they brought Conan into the mix, which would be very difficult, knowing that Conan is more AAA than anything else.
I wish.
But that would be interesting.
I love Conan. It's too bad AEW didn't use Conan more. He was great when he was on the TV on AEW.
Thinking about going back to AEW.
Who?
Conan?
He's not going back to AEW. I don't see him doing that anytime soon.
Did you Conan say that, or are you saying that?
No, I'm saying that. I don't believe.
No, I was talking about Pooper.
Anytime soon.
I heard what you said.
I just heard though, but I don't know if it's true.
From whom?
But if it is, from I'm trying to remember from who though. It happened this earlier today.
He fucking made it up.
It's popped out of my newsfeed. I just
too.
scrolled down and then I wasn't really reading it. I'm there's no way.
Well, I'm saying that's speculation, rumor, and innuendo until you actually hear some concrete evidence, and until then, it's just nothing but just talk. So,
I honestly, dude, I don't think Conan. I don't even know why this is a debate. The bottom line is AEW hasn't brought him in to do anything else. That's all. It's not about going back or going or coming or going. I just think that AEW brought him in to do some things, and that's all. They haven't called him back to do more things. For whatever reason.
That's the thing. I find WWE can actually utilize Conan probably better than AEW, mainly because of the storyline. And again, somebody brought up travel. I mean, that could be a thing. It's just right now, both guys have their own businesses going on. They have their own stuff going on. Yes, Conan was in the documentary, the Rey Mysterio documentary, because it was a huge advocate for
they're
Ray.
big friends. They're friends. They're very close.
Exactly.
They're best friends.
I remember Conan's not wrestling ever time soon because remember he's got.
Man, I never forget the day that Ray. I was so hard, man. Like a girl, I hadn't fucked a girl in like 20 days, and Ray just sucked the banana off me, man. It was fucking crazy.
But I let SA.
He got a baby mouth.
Yeah, listen, man, he could suck a dick. Let me tell you, fucking Ray Mysterio, like nobody like him, man. He sucked the fucking bazooka.
Say Mysterio.
Shit bomb.
It's New York. Raw was R.I.P. to singer PNB Rock. Fatally shot at Roscoe Chicken and Waffles. This world is crazy.
Yo,
I'ma smoke a big one.
That's crazy, bro. And there's nothing more fucking rap than getting shot at chicken and waffles. By the way,
wait, did that seriously happen?
Yes, no, that really did happen, bro. It sounds like a fucking fucking scene out of Don't Be a Menace 2 or something. But the guy really was shot. Like,
I don't mean to laugh, but
it's like, dude, this world is just insane, bro.
It is.
You know what?
I gotta agree with you, Joe.
Now imagine if that was done at Pollo Loco.
Let me tell you something. Fuck California, it's a shithole. Let me tell you.
What's up, Joe?
Oh, speaking of black violence, here's AJ Adams.
You raised a piece of shit.
More Millie Awards. Worst plug for a bakery to CM Punk. Worst pyro to Tony Khan for death match. Worst waste of space to Keith Lee. Best racist to AJ Adams. Best lips to Dan Kinley. Best name to Chris R. Best voice to...
That's it, goddamn it.
Nagar.
Hey, Joe, right how Des Melly was in it.
You raised a piece of shit.
She was half.
Joe, when last time you wrestled Bear? Seeing if it qualifies for Match of the Year at Melly Awards. Best interview to Hannibal and the Goon. Best sex line moment to Become You Crazy Fuck Girl. Special penis pump shaped trophy to Luis Alejandro. Mac Jones sucks.
Oh no, man! You know it's too bad because I didn't think Mac Jones sucks. I think the offensive line sucks.
Joe, I think that it is what it is. People want to see the Melly Awards.
We might have to bring the Melly Awards to the show.
As far as Mac Jones is concerned, just give him time. Give him time, and then we'll be back on top.
Dude, I have just like it's hard to even like I don't know, bro. Like
I mean, Brady wasn't that great when he first started either.
No, he was pretty good. The O line is fucking terrible, and
that's sorry for you. I really do.
Yeah, because I mean, listen, we don't.
Mel's dead. Ross dead.
I was trying to feel better yesterday. Somehow, I'm like watching the Patriots. I'm like maybe, but I knew we were gonna lose, so you know it really wasn't that big a deal to me. But I still was watching, and it just was worse. It was like, you know, and you know what's crazy? When I used to watch football, guess who could come down? When I was laying on the fucking sofa thing in the basement, Melly would come down and fucking plop herself down next to me if I was ever watching stuff. So then I was thinking about that, and then the Patriots get the fuck beat out of them. I'm like, great, they're dead, she's dead, everyone's dead. Fuck this.
Everybody dies.
Let me tell you, and Leah nobody cleaned up her dish, so this morning I came downstairs, and I looked, and there's the dog dish with some food in it and water, and I just fucking started just crying all over the place.
Nah, that's the hardest.
Bro, I feel like Danny MT, bro, when he said, like, that's my fucking baby, that's my fucking son. Like, bro, that's what like oh my god, bro, I'm a mess right now. I am crying every 2 seconds. It's fucking pathetic. I miss that little girl. She's my oh god, she was my friend for like 14 years. Like it's crazy. So I've never seen anything like. I mean, Jesus Christ. You know what? I was thinking about this the other day. You know, I was obviously pretty upset when I was 8 years old and my father died. But I mean, I've known this dog longer. Like this dog was 14 years. I'm like, this is the longest person. Like, it's fucking crazy. So I don't know.
You hate loss.
It's family, man. It's family.
You hate loss. I do too, man.
What up, Danny?
Joe, don't feel bad because I was the same way when I lost one of my puppies too.
And you know what? That's what everyone like. I guess it's weird that I'm like new to this because I'm not, but it's like so many people have already lost so many pets, and I'm pretty lucky to have only had to go through it now this first time.
Man, at least you're not like Jake the Snake Roberts who lost a snake in the ring. Technically, it was Hamburger.
I lost a snake.
Well, Joe, at least you ain't Chinese. You would have turned it into a hot dog, probably.
God dang it! We knew that the Asian jokes couldn't resist from AJ Adams. Congratulations, first Asian Bad Asian joke of the night goes to AJ Adams.
Well, it's
That's
true.
gonna be the next Millie Awards.
If they were Asians, that would have been a hot dog by now.
If
the best and worst AJ Adams Asian jokes.
If I use a pillow on Leah, we can have the Leah Awards the next month.
Oh no!
I'm there.
Oh God!
You got insurance money, right?
I hope you don't end up on the couch tonight, Joe. I swear.
No, she's probably sick of me though. Probably like, oh God.
They turn dogs into bean soup.
Yeah, Leah's probably going
Shit
like,
bum.
This guy won't stop crying.
Say my name. When
Poor
you
guy.
muted, you said I bet Melly's in heaven and Scott's in his sister, didn't you? Why do you
What?
support a guy who threatens and ducks his kids?
I don't know, man. Listen, I happen to know that AJ Adams only abducts kids. That's what I know. Vecna's Web. Thank you for the $5.
And he
AJ
only does it in one specific Home Depot parking lot.
Why the hell would I duck kids and I got 2 grown ones? What's wrong with you people?
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Alrighty, you guys, I'm gonna go.
All right, man. You go.
I'll see you guys later.
All right, man.
The white side of me won't do that.
Hope you get a dick in the ass like you want it.
Hey, guys, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Shove that thumb up in Joseph's butthole.
Yeah, showed up my butthole, baby. And Koopa, if Leah dies, I'll hump the hell out of you.
Well, Joe, it's nice that you just said gays in here. That's nice.
My brother-in-law's
Alright, you guys take care.
gay, bro.
Give this favorite and do me another favor too. Just shove that like up his ass too.
Oh yeah. All right. Relax, you sicko.
Or it's like a damn illegal or something.
All right, Koopa. Thanks, man.
Love you guys.
Love you, man. You're good shit. That guy was fucking hilarious for someone retarded.
Hilarious.
He was pretty funny, man. I like Koopa. That was funny shit, bro. Oh man. All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna give Raw 4 out of 10. That's me.
I'll give it a 4.5.
Oh,
I'm gonna give it a 5.
4.5.
Now, should people go to SmackDown this weekend? Everyone's asking us, and I don't know what to tell them. I said no, but what do you think?
Honestly, I don't think you should go because going to a WWE event nowadays is just a waste of fucking money. Nothing good ever happens.
Unless you're drunk.
All right, I'll argue only the point that yes, we do know that the main event is going to be the 4-way tag, number 1 contenders match. We know that, but again, you're still going to get great wrestling in comparison. Again, I still think SmackDown is still the dominant show when it comes to just overall wrestling.
Okay, maybe I'm a little biased because we get the Boston show, Joe, and the Boston shows every time it's been pretty shit lately.
Well, let me ask you a question. What was the last time you went to a house show?
A house show? We don't really get house shows over here.
Okay, the reason why I asked you that
no,
is
they're pretty
if
good.
You go to a house show, if you go to a house show, you're going to get more bang for your buck than you just go to a televised Raw or SmackDown show. Because they do things that you can get away with at a house show than you can't do on live TV. The other thing is, and again, I'm not trying to defend WWE in this, but they would come up with probably better ways and means to give you an intrigue of what may come on TV by presenting it on a house show. Whether it be,
But the question was, Christopher, should people go to SmackDown, which is a televised show?
Yeah, in this case, for me personally, yes, the card is definitely going to be expected as what you're going to see, but it's still a good aspect just to watch great wrestling. So, yeah, I would recommend, especially after Vince is gone, go see SmackDown.
I don't know, man. That'd have to be good. And I know Roman's probably not there.
The reason I'm having a hard time answering this, Joe, is because we're getting Survivor Series in Boston, and the last time Survivor Series came to Boston, it fucking sucked.
Well, yeah, Survivor.
Well, again, that's because Vince was there.
Survivor Series sucks in general.
Everybody saying the N-word. That's why.
Well, Dan Kenny, it sounds like you're sticking your finger in an electrical socket every time you talk. By the way.
Well, I stole Garguts' audio.
Well, now you sound fine after I said that. That's bizarre.
Wow.
I swear to God, bro, you stick your finger in an electrical socket, and then I said something, and then you took it out. I swear to God, that's what just happened.
Stick it in, stick it out. Stick it in, stick it out.
My fingers are too big to go into a fucking electrical socket.
Yeah, you do have big sausage fingers. I get that. Hey, Pat's going to toilet bowl. Thank you for the donation.
Daddy wants a sausage. Okay.
I still think we're going to go 500, but it's like, good Lord. I mean, We always have trouble against Miami too, so but we have a bad schedule. Dude, look at the Pats schedule. By the way, the Pats have had some layup schedules over some of their Super Bowl years. They had some fucking like here you go, like here's 6 free wins. Like I remember seeing some of the schedules back in the 2014s to fucking whatever, and just being like, wow, the Patriots literally look, they got like 6 free wins. This schedule is unreal. They got one of the easiest schedules in the NFL for I would say 30% of their fucking dynasty run of 2001 to 2019 or whatever. So it's time for payback now because their schedule, they're gonna get fucking railed, and I still think
they're gonna get pounded.
They'll beat the Jets. They'll beat the Jets, but the Bills will beat the Dolphins. So there you go.
The only good thing about coming from the schedule is Mac Jones is gonna get a ton of experience.
Well, that's true, and he might be fucking injured before. He's injured right now almost. He's got negative X-rays on his back. But, dude, because the O-line sucks, so he's going to get waffled. Well, it's going to be one of these times, man. He's going to get blindsided and fucking he'll be out of the fucking goddamn season because the offensive line is a mess. So that's the real problem. He never got hit like this in college, The guy had fucking time.
Oh.
Seen it.
Get it payback for the Brady thing.
What Brady thing?
You
raised a piece of shit.
Turned into a robot.
When I learned PNB Rock died, I thought of PB Crisps. Those were good snack. At least he wasn't shot at Popeyes. You can see video online. Hope his waffle wasn't soggy. I hate when they're not crispy. Speaking of crispy, I heard he will be cremated.
Oh, God. Well, I wouldn't watch that. I would not watch him be killed. And
wait, I want to know who
Shit bum.
Why is Danny CT such a wet brain pathological liar who hires hookers to pretend to be his girlfriend on YouTube?
Oh.
Is it to hide the fact he likes kids?
Oh! Wow. AJ, are you donating?
No, that's not me. I don't know Danny like that.
Jesus Christ. Vecnus Webb.
He does like whores, but
You buy hookers, Danny? Is that true? What the hell?
Well, she showed us her snatch the last time. What do you expect?
Does he live in Vegas?
Danny?
Target AIDS.
Ground control to Major Tom. Get
wow.
a better microphone.
Time to get a
Danny
new
has
walkie-talkie.
AIDS. What'd you say?
Man, remember his girl's snatch on the show? I still can't believe we saw that.
Yeah,
We
that
saw
was
that
disgusting.
girl's deep hole on this show.
Did you even clip the video of that, or did you just immediately?
I downloaded the video, but I deleted it out of the stream.
Yeah, you better, Joe. You're married. You want to die,
Dude? You remember when Asher sees her vagina and Asher goes, "Oh!" Like he just screams, like, "Oh, it's so funny."
Like he never saw one before.
Yeah, he's 19.
Yeah, he did. He sees his mothers all the time. We talking
Like
about.
he saw Narnia, like he saw Narnia or something. Like
No, he saw his stepfathers all the time.
Oh God, that's tossed salad. That's messed up.
That's anal assassination.
Is that what his dad called it? Toss salad.
Apparently.
Come over here.
They called his
Asher.
son Tater Tot.
They played ass pirates. That's what they did.
They played ass pirates. Oh my God, bro.
So messed up.
Let's play some ass pirates, everybody. Hey. Hey.
Is that like is that like the adult version of Cowboys and Indians?
I don't know.
You want to play it with me?
No, I don't.
Why
I don't
not?
want to play the game.
Imagine if all this news about the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega going to WWE. It's just hilarious, bro.
Yeah, dude, I don't see that happening as I explained it on Saturday.
Well, they're there till 2024. They'd have to get a release. They're there till 2024.
Yeah, you cannot buy yourself out of your own contract. I'm sorry.
But think about it. They attacked this guy in the locker room with a crippled lady and a dog. Really?
How about the fact that Kenny Omega's the only one that gave a fuck about the dog? That's funny.
Hilarious. And again,
no, he's just a pussy. He didn't want to fight, so he was like, "Oh, I got to do something. Oh, the dog needs help." Oh.
I cannot wait for a Dark Side of the Ring episode where one of those individuals, whomever.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, you're back. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I wanted somebody to really give me the entire story of what exactly happened that was actually in the room. Now, Punk most likely won't talk about it. The Bucks and Kenny most likely won't talk about it.
Apparently they already did. Nobody's denying these things that have been said.
Right. No, but I'm just saying in terms of full disclosure of what was actually said verbally and stuff like that. Like, for example, Bruce Pritchard talking about the Montreal screw job, in every inch of detail that he could when he did the kayfabe commentaries interview.
Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying.
I don't know, but I know one thing, that Ace Steel guy wasn't there when they first went in there. They said, what the
I want to see Ace Steel with 10 minutes alone with Ken Shamrock's wife.
Why Ryan Shamrock?
So the Bucks knew he
No,
wasn't
I'm playing.
there.
I'm not saying Ryan Shamrock. Why the hell did I say that?
You know why. Dork. No, I'm just kidding. Omega saw it, and it wasn't 3-on-1. He pussied out. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Omega was like, oh, let me get this dog. That way I have an excuse to not fight anybody. Look, the dog needs help. I guarantee you, bro. That's right up his MO. That's fucking hilarious. I need to save this dog.
Oh, God.
What's up, Mustafa? How you doing, baby? Hey, anyway, final thoughts here on Raw. That was really a lackluster, terrible show tonight. You can tell because I don't have much to say about it, really. I ran through it and was like, blah, 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 okay.
There's nothing to say.
And that
boring. Sucks.
Dude, the AEW press conference media scrum took a shit on this Raw. That media scrum was a 9 out of 10. This was a fucking goddamn 4 out of 10 tonight.
That's like an all-time great.
Dude, the fact that we're still even talking about the scrum even a week and a half after the fact just tells you a lot about this main roster that we're seeing on Monday and Friday nights, let alone the fact that I know that AEW took a safe route last Wednesday. Again, going forward, they're just going to be playing it safe literally until Full Gear. They know that they have to get MJF at least in a title picture. That's what they're trying to do before Full Gear, which, by the way, will be taking place in Newark, New Jersey at the Prudential Center, and I'm thinking about going to that.
That'd be kind of cool, and you should crash the ring.
We already know you're going.
If I'm
you
not
fucking planned this 8 months before.
Bro, if I'm not in the Caribbean, I'm going to be at the Prudential Center.
What the fuck would you be doing in the Caribbean? Abducting a baby?
No drugs, Joe. What do you expect?
Hippin' ain't easy, bro.
Listen, I think it's kind of stupid that they even had to do this tournament, another tournament. Are we kidding me? You know what? If I don't have to see another tournament on wrestling television this year or next year or for fucking 5 years again, I'd be happy. We've had way too many tournaments. I mean,
we had 3 or 4 tournaments this year.
Yeah. Well,
in the span of 3 months,
not including the G1.
The G1 is always fucking. I just don't even like the G1.
I don't even watch it anymore.
Shit.
It's a joke at this point.
And it's the same guy who wins. It's the same guy who wins every fucking year.
Yeah, Okada, we love you, but no, we don't want you to keep on winning in the damn storyline. Yes, you're the focal point of the company. There's other guys that need to be in that spot more so than you. You're already established.
Well, you know what the NJPW fans will say. Well, that's just because it's realistic. That's because it's realistic. Is it really realistic that somebody in a sport just wins constantly? Even the Patriots, they went years before they won their 4th Super Bowl. So I mean, I don't know. I just think it's a little ridiculous that you got the same guy winning the championship. And he holds it on for a year.
My connection might be a little bad. Are you saying it's realistic or it's autistic?
Both.
I think it's autistic. People seem to think it's realistic. People seem to think no selling 32 German suplexes to the back of your neck and getting hit with earth-shattering fucking knee strikes in your nose.
No, that slapping.
People seem to think that's realistic.
Well, it's that slapping shit that's sickening.
Well, as an autistic, it's not realistic.
Ding, ding, ding. Circle gets the square. Luke Rojas. But the other thing also, the whole aspect of that program is that you have guys that are apparently supposedly smart in the back of that booking committee of NJPW. They keep booking the same guys, and their houses are going down in terms of ticket sales. I wonder why. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think there's been any interest in, and me personally, I don't think there's been any interest for New Japan Pro Wrestling since Moxley was competing in that G1 a few years ago.
Yes.
That was the last time.
Before that, even before that, when the Elite were still there, of course they were printing money. By the time the Elite left, along with some of the other guys that were within that group, the quality basically went down. Not necessarily in terms of the wrestling, but just in terms of the same storylines constantly. It was just.
I don't know about that. Did you hear about the Fuji versus Taka that got 5 stars, or the every fucking? I mean, you know what? Who honestly believes those Omega versus Okada matches are the greatest matches of all time? Like,
they were pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie.
People say they're the greatest of all time. You're saying that that's better than any Shawn Michaels match, any Kurt Angle match, any fucking the Stone Cold versus Bret Hart match at WrestleMania.
They're not comparable.
Just get the fuck out of here. Kill yourself.
They're not comparable. Luke, they're not comparable by any means. All I'm saying is that they were pretty damn good in terms of the story that he told, based off the fact that he had little to no heat going to a lot of those matches, especially the first 2 matches. By the time you got
I agree. They're great matches. I think they're great. But when someone says greatest matches of all time, you immediately make me just not like the match, because then I'm just like, it's not the greatest.
Put it this way. It's very difficult to top Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Ric Flair. It's very freaking difficult. But remember, the first 2 matches, all their matches had no blood. All their matches most likely had different ways and means of telling the ending of the story. One being that Omega got the loss. Then there was a draw. Then they met in the G1, and then they did a 2 out of 3, no time limit match for the title. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty good concept. Now, in terms of comparing them to the other matches that we've seen in the 70s, the 80s, and the early 90s, absolutely not. They're incomparable.
Or even the early 2000s. I mean, look at the ruthless aggression there. Just so many great matches. Undertaker versus Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. That tag team match at No Mercy. A lot of them featured
Guerrero versus Edge in a no DQ match. Absolutely. And remember,
I mean, look at the series of matches that Batista and the Undertaker had, or Edge and the Undertaker. Like I don't know. Undertaker had so many great matches that people seem to sleep on. But then, like, when I see like Okada versus some random fucking guy that I've never heard of that gets 5 stars, you do not understand the rage I feel.
you just don't like Dave Meltzer's rating, and that's fine. I'm not
what is it, Luke? I got to get Luke a new microphone because he's too good to have a microphone that sounds like shit.
I'm gonna turn off my headphones. Hold on.
You go do that, my friend.
What does that do if you turn off your headphones? What does that do?
Do I sound better? Because I was using the mic on my headphones.
Yeah, you do.
Better. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I don't agree. You know, I get it. It's just Dave Meltzer's ratings, but it's when people use those ratings like they're facts. Like, well, Dave Meltzer gave this match 5 stars. So what?
Yeah,
and
Dave.
Then, like,
Dave
people,
remember this. Dave Meltzer also said expect twists and turns at Hell in a Cell or whatever the fuck it was a little while.
By the way, Dave Meltzer's the same guy that gave Macho Man Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's WrestleMania 3 match a 4.5 stars out of 5 stars. This is the same guy. And mind you, that match is a masterpiece. As a matter of fact, that match is flawless. But in comparison to like later matches, dude, they're incomparable because one match is more high spots than not. Well, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Macho Man were limited high spots because they were used correctly.
Well, if you want to understand the very little bit of credibility that Dave Meltzer has, just remember the fact that he never gave
on the floor.
And we'll never know what Luke Ross was about to say.
We will in a bit.
Todd Fair! What the hell, dude? He just dropped $63.05. What the hell? What kind of amount is that? 63.
It's okay, I am a horse. Fecal matters on the floor.
Oh!
It could be worse on the floor.
Fecal matters on the floor.
Fecal matters on the floor. Fecal matters on the floor. But it's okay.
Yeah, you're paying. He's paying for Melly's urn.
It's okay, I am a horse. My fecal matters on the floor.
Sing the fecal matter. talk about. I made a song about my dog the other night. Look at the horse pooping.
Oh, she was concerned. She was concerned for you. She saw it on Facebook.
What?
Joe, if they put the belt
My
on
sister's-
MJF, what is the best person and situation for MJF to get the belt to maximize and create more heat?
Yeah,
Beat every former WWE guy that's in AEW.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
think that would be Brian.
Oh God, that would be a huge.
Yeah, have
win
him
for
tear
him.
through everybody. Have him tear through everybody. Listen, thank you so much, man. Todd Fair out of nowhere with the largest donation of the stream. Todd, thank you very much, man.
Hey, did you guys know I live in Overland?
Oh,
Park,
no.
Kansas?
Oh, my God. That's terrible. Oh, my God. I don't think you can say that on the air. Let me tell you
Who
that.
donated that? Who donated that?
Damn.
I don't know, but I don't think you can say that on the air.
God.
But no,
Too late
so
now.
Not if we want to stay
Well,
monetized.
I just want to get to the point I was making before that
Yeah, so
hilarious donation.
You
I
said
was saying if you want
your
to know
point.
the very little bit of credibility Dave Meltzer has,
Uh-huh.
just remember the fact that for like 10 years he didn't give one WWE match a 5-star rating.
What?
So throughout all of Shawn Michaels comeback, all of his great matches that he had, all the Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit matches that were in the early 2000s, none of them ever got 5 stars. None of them.
Right.
But every fucking Will Ospreay match, whatever the fuck his name is pronounced, I don't even give a shit, gets like a 5.5 stars. Like literally, people make my blood like boil when I see people say Kenny Omega is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. It's just
Steve
like,
Meltzer has always been a
okay.
Japanese wrestling mark. That's always been
Oh.
his MO. We've known this literally since he started his Observer newsletter all the way back in the 80s. But again, that's just his preference. Now, does it make it right? No, it's one man's opinion. But as you said, when people take it as fact, people don't go in. But the funny thing is, when the Omega Okada match, the first match happened, and everybody's saying that this is the greatest match in the business, when somebody makes that statement, first and foremost, yes, I'm going to check out the match. Secondly, I'm going to make my own opinion. I did check out the match when I first heard about it. It was great. Was it the greatest? It wasn't for me, but I also knew that it was a very hard match to probably do at, let's say, a WrestleMania that year, even though they tried and they failed. It was still one of the best matches of that year, if not the best match that year.
Right.
I think John. Dude, you know what was stupid is that like that year, John Cena and AJ had that amazing match at Royal Rumble, and
Yes.
people were shitting on it. People were shitting on it,
Yeah.
like, oh, it looks like it's their attempt to try to make it better than Okada and Omega. Fucking losers or something. Like, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, John Cena and AJ Styles tore the fucking house down and had a fantastic match.
And by the way, Luke, if you remember, they never left the ring one time in that match.
Exactly.
It was kept in the ring. How hard is that to do these days? Apparently, it's hard for a lot of young guys that don't want help. If you know what I'm saying.
Well, you got to do that. You got to do that spot where you throw somebody over the top rope and he's kind of disoriented, and then all of a sudden you jump on him. For some reason, he's looking at you when you jump on him. That's a great spot. You should do it in every single match.
Well, that's
How about in a 6-man? Here's this creative spot I've got planned for like a 6-man tag team match. What if like 3 or 4 guys are all standing outside of the ring, and all of a sudden they look at this other guy who's clearly telegraphing that he's about to jump, and they all catch him, and he jumps on them. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. I didn't see that one coming.
Wow.
Every fucking match has the exact same spots. Like
at this point, the NWA on YouTube is practically more of basically what Luke Rojas is describing. I mean, with very little high spots, but at the same time, at least they're planned in the right point. Whether they're executed or not is a hit or miss. But, on WWE programming, at least whenever you see a high spot, generally you're not going to see as many high spots in comparison to, let's say, an AEW or maybe an indie promotion in the United States. Because again, all of this is based on Japanese and Mexican influences with a little bit of European technicality that they try to put in. Dude, go watch Rey Mysterio's matches in ECW. Notice that he's not just flipping around. He's actually using actual wrestling in some of his matches with Psychosis and Juventud Guerrera.
and his moves aren't fucking completely telegraphed. Like when Mysterio does something off the ropes, it looks natural. The way, especially the way people would catch him, you know, like it'd just be so perfect. You know,
Yeah, like
it almost
and
looks
he
like
still
what he did
innovates.
is
He still
devastating.
innovates. Like Joe, if you recognize like that time, like when he just started doing this as a spot, he would literally bump off the ropes, slide, and then do a splash on the concrete on somebody.
Yeah.
Nobody did that. And then of course he would do that, and maybe sometimes he would miss, or somebody would throw him out of the bottom rope, and he would land flat on belly. Hurt like hell,
On Melly?
but at least it was a spot that was creative.
On
And
Melly?
he would do that sparingly, because if he did that all the time, it wouldn't be a special.
Jelly. You ain't seen Melly.
Check out Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit versus Rey Mysterio and Edge. One of the best tag team matches of all time. And Rey Mysterio, well, on both SmackDown and No Mercy.
Yeah, no. The SmackDown match, the 2 out of 3 falls match that they had in 2002, I thought was better than No Mercy, and it wasn't just because the baby faces won. It was mainly just the whole psychology of, again, what we saw tonight, even with Bayley as a manager. That was refreshing, because here's somebody who's just doing basic managerial stuff that you would see a Bobby Heenan or a Lou Albano do, just talking smack to the crowd every once in a while, getting involved without the referee seeing you. When was the last time that we've been saying proper managerial work outside of maybe Zelina Vega here and there when she was working with the, I believe it was Street Profits and the Latino group? You know what I'm saying?
The Latino group, that's their name.
Yeah,
well,
literally.
You know,
I'm going to keep it that way.
I think Bailey's a little. I don't know how Bailey gets these loud ass pops. I think she's pretty cringe, to be quite honest with you.
Me too.
All of her everything is ding dong. You're not a heel. You're a fucking idiot. You like. How am I supposed to take this person seriously, leading a group that's supposed to be like the top heel women's faction, and it's led by this fucking dumbass who goes.
Let me ask you this. Were you waiting for Bayley to come back like for a long ass time as the rest of us were, because we were always curious, when is she coming back?
No,
not really.
I was like, you know what, Bayley is all right.
Well, the only reason why I asked
is all right.
Huh?
Well, because again, a lot of us were talking about it earlier. When is she coming back? How is she coming back? Now she's back, and then all of a sudden everybody's just like, "Oh, screw you! I don't like you." And again, that's probably because she's a decent heel in a way. Before she got injured, I thought she was a pretty good heel. Now it's just kind of like, all right, so you're getting back in the saddle. This is a whole new formula for you. Execute it. Let's see what happens.
I find her to be like a lower tier mid card heel. Like, but who's the main heel in the women's division? Like
Ripley should be.
Like, dude, don't. Yes, like think about that. Like Rhea Ripley's better. And even, wouldn't you say that even, who's the other woman we saw tonight that was even better? What's her name?
It's in that group with Bayley?
No, the
Bayley's a dyke.
No, come on. No, I think, no, this actually, this woman is a lesbian. What's her name?
Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville, yeah, she's better, I think, than fucking Bayley.
Oh my God. You know what? Bayley is good in the ring, but the thing is, she's not as good as people like. I don't know. People overbloat the 4 horsewomen's talent. Like, I think Charlotte and Becky are definitely the most talented. Sasha and Bayley, like their matches, they tend to either be good
their chemistry
or fucking terrible.
No, their chemistry made them better. Like they were better against each other than they usually are against anyone else. Like, so that's
that
the
match
problem.
Bayley had at Clash of the Castle wasn't very good. Like, she just looked really really rusty in the ring. Everybody was throwing these soft ass punches that clearly didn't land. Like, if I have to see Asuka throw another discus back elbow that clearly doesn't fucking connect, I'm gonna vomit. It sucks. Don't do it anymore. Stop with I'm gonna spin and hit you with a fucking elbow that clearly didn't connect.
I hate
and
that
why
move.
don't you just throw a worked punch? Just do that.
More for Botch Club to work with, literally. We're sponsoring this by Botch Club. Let's do more soft discus clotheslines that go nowhere. But nonetheless, I figured that like by the time
it's falling off.
By the time we get to Survivor Series, whether or not we're gonna get a women's title match or not, we're gonna be able to see both Bayley. Actually, matter of fact, we're probably gonna see this at Extreme Rules, and they have a gimmick match. Now, whether or not we know which gimmick match, we know by next week. Who knows? But apparently that's the route that we're going to when we go to Philadelphia.
Well, let's hope
I have
it's
a
good.
question. Like, do you guys see at some point because they did just put the tag titles on what are they called? Control Alt Delete or Damage Control or something. Damage Control. They just put the tag titles on them. Do you at some point see them putting one of the women's titles on Bayley, either SmackDown or Raw?
Super chat party.
Oh, I think they like her just leading this team.
My daughter just had a son, and I'm the father.
Oh
God!
Shawn Michaels lazy
What type
eye.
of family tree do you have, dude?
The McMahons.
Oh,
the eye condom.
Shawn Michaels
Imagine
lazy
Bailey
eye.
getting Dick sucked with that face. Oh man!
Remember the guy who did the Shawn Michaels impression, and he was calling himself the eye condom.
He's like the dude from Hey Arnold. I don't know.
Todd Fairman, thank you for the biggest dono of the night, man. Appreciate it. I'm gonna head out, wrap up because I'm dead.
Whoa! Before we wrap up, just
yes.
Overall, as far as like going forward towards Extreme Rules. I mean, will we say by the time we get to the Extreme
Rules,
is
not gonna be in Picard?
Shut up, Wesley. Die, Wesley, you SJW woke idiot.
You know what's gonna be so funny is when he has to shill for that show on the fucking stupid Star Trek channel.
He's
you
a mess,
fucking loser,
dude.
I'm glad you're not in any fucking anything now. You suck.
I could break him down
so much.
Couldn't you break? You could break down everything he ever does on that show, on that Ready Room show, and just like this guy's gonna kill somebody someday.
I'm just so excited for I don't even give a shit about Star Trek or Picard. I just can't wait to see them make their review of it.
You know what?
I'm watching Star Trek anyway.
Here's the problem, Luke Rojas, about that is, first of all, they said they wouldn't watch season 3, and second of all, season 3 might be actually good. That's the problem. It might actually be good.
Yo, don't put too much stock into
I'm telling you.
Trust me. Didn't they say? But weren't they saying that Picard was going to be a drama about Picard, and then it turned out to be about some fucking bitch named Soji or Soji Tabuchi or whatever?
Bless you.
Yeah. No one knows what we're talking about, Rojas. Like 5 people know what we're talking about right now.
No, I was just all I was just gonna say was going into Philly. I mean, is this because we've said for a long time? Most of the time, Extreme Rules shows are just that, not extreme at all. Will we see something different in the Triple H era with this gimmick pay-per-view? Because if I'm not mistaken, this is the first gimmick pay-per-view that it's going to be under Triple H.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope it's good. Let's hope they actually do Extreme Rules. And by the way, I'm not looking too. This isn't looking too good based on the fucking theme song of the show. What the fuck?
Yeah, that really describes Philadelphia with the Philly mob.
Yeah,
practically almost every.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the
theme song of Extreme Rules. We want to thank fucking Anna Dash or whatever. Like, what the fuck is this, dude?
You know what's even worse? It's either that shit or it's the generic rock track that's the that we always make fun of that goes like the
or the generic trap track.
The fucking Shameless soundtrack.
Yeah, bring back Jim Johnson. Even Jim Johnson buries WWE's music when it comes to this guy. He even buried CFO when they came in.
Gonna bury it. They fucking fired him for no reason.
Yeah, there was not a good enough reason. Not a good enough reason at all.
That's why.
You know what? It would have made sense if they were like, well, because we got CFO now and they're making some good tracks, and we don't really need Jim Johnson. But now they've got literally their music is the same as their generic music on WWE 2K. Actually, I've heard some better songs from the generic music track list in WWE 2K. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassingly bad. But I just wanted to touch on this subject before we leave about the whole media scrum, because I know everybody's talked about it forever. But I just think it's so weird that so many people are just taking sides, like, oh, I'm on Punk's side with this one, or no, I'm on the Elite side. But really, in reality, it's like everybody is at fault here. Punk's a douchebag asshole who's whiny and just won't shut up. And Hangman Page is a complete fucking moron. People who are denying that, you're stupid. You just go watch a shitty promo.
If you haven't listened to the Jim Cornette podcast, that's all you need to know. Pretty much everything in a nutshell from both sides of the equation. Jim buries both sides, even though that he mostly sides with Punk in certain ways.
He's sucking Punk's ass, bro.
I'm sick of people siding with any of them, and they're all stupid.
Did you read the tweet on Twitter?
I'm gonna attack you.
I was just gonna say, can you just read the tweet on Twitter that BTE put out? It's like, yeah, there won't be any BTE this week due to certain inconveniences. I'm like, shut up.
No, hey, what do you say?
Did you see that cringe video that Kenny made of him at the fucking pretending that he was managing a target? It's like, dude, why don't you take some criticism?
Wait, who said that?
Who did some fucking criticism? Yeah, he made like a little cringy TikTok where he was pretending that he was at a target managing it, but he wasn't. Like, it was so awkward. Like, it was he didn't even touch anything. Like, it looked like he was pretending to touch something.
Pretty good song. It's gonna cost a lot of money.
Kenny, it was Kenny Omega.
Oh, Kenny Omega.
He was
I
like,
gotta watch this. I gotta watch it.
It's not.
No,
it's
Rustaf
not
will
that
love
funny.
this. He'll love this. This is.
But you know what?
Thing.
I just think it's so stupid that like guys like Solo Monster are fucking calling for CM Punk to get fired and being like, you should totally do. Like, shut up. You don't know anything about.
You know what? I take it back.
You don't know anything.
I take it back. Me and Solo Monster have been friends for a long time, like friendly with each other. I really like them and everything. But you know what? Fuck this. You know what, Solly? I bought your mother's book and I took a shit on it. How about that?
Wow.
All right?
Come on, Joe.
How about that?
Maybe it's because he talks exactly like Brian Alvarez and he has that like weirdo like
Joe,
I'm better than you.
He's got 3 viewers every show. Leave him alone.
No, I'm kidding. I love Solo Monster. And no, I don't think you want. I think him and Brian Alvarez are very real. I like those two guys. Like those guys are real.
I like
Thanks for plugging someone else. But no, he's a good guy. JD is not a good. No,
JD is the worst. But I'm subscribed to Solo Monster, but it just annoys me how sometimes he'll have these takes where he sounds so arrogant and like a know-it-all.
People say that about me. They say that about me. They say that about me. Listen, when someone has a take on things, people inevitably are gonna think, "Oh, you think you fucking know." The people do that to me all the time, and I'm like, "Listen, dude, I'm just fucking giving my opinion. I don't know, and I'm fucking."
You never come off smug. You never come off smug and like, no. That's not gonna happen. No,
hey,
I know this because I review wrestling.
That's not gonna
happen. I
really
do. I feel sorry for Solid Monster. You know why?
Why is that?
He's got 3 viewers every show.
I feel bad for him too because like sometimes he goes to get his hair cut and they start fucking. They ask him where his fucking face begins and his asshole ends. What?
Does he go to Supercuts?
Probably, yeah, man. Probably does.
Supercuts all that damn money he makes.
All right, I'm out of here, guys. I gotta wrap it up.
I love you, Joe. I'm sorry about Melly. She'll be fine.
My dog's eating right now. So, all right.
He's probably Bruce Lee's lunch in hell right now.
Why is Bruce Lee in hell?
You know why? Because he eats dogs. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Fuck, I wish we could have stayed on longer because, man, that was an all-star panel of AJ Adams, Luke Rojas, and fucking Mustafa, me, and Dan Kennedy. Look the fuck out on that crew of people. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here tonight. I will see you tomorrow. I am dead to the world. I woke up at 7 a.m. and did a million jobs today, and here we are. Good night, and I'll see everybody soon. Thanks for, trying to make me feel better about my dog, man, everybody. I really appreciate it. It's not going to go away. I'm fucking, dude, I've screamed at the sky, I've cried, and I've shaken, and I've full-blown anxiety. I cannot believe that I don't have my doggy here. I can't believe it. But on a positive note, I'm raping small villages in my mind right now. All right, well, what the fuck? All right, I'll see you guys later.
God, give me the Young Bucks 2-on-1.
All right. Thanks for being patrons to everybody who signed up on Patreon. Thank you. If you didn't sign up on Patreon yet, guys, please give it a try. Go look at it. Go see what's there for you. You can try it for $1. $1 a month. $1 a month. You can try Patreon. Go give it a try right now. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. 163 of you guys over there. Thank you. And shout out to the $25 producers, the people going way above and beyond. And to the 4 mega producers, too, who are Matt Rossmeyer, Nikki J, Todd Fair, and SITH NEGAN. Todd Fair, Red Poison, Brian Jardine, Alan Stover, Snark Bake, Colonel Stutters, Dion Edwards, Jake Leonard, Cold Brew Crew, Stevie O, Sith Negan, V-Man, Nikki J. The Weed God, Drew Bar 100, CJ Rella, Matt Rossmeyer, Alex O'Donnell, Khalil Bama, and JD Venom. I'm Joe Cronin. This is the Joe Cronin Show. We'll see you for a stream tomorrow, probably around the afternoon time. Goodbye. Thanks so much. Todd Fair, top guy. Top guy's out.